Tomorrow, Baltimore City voters will decide whether incumbent Mayor Brandon Scott will get another 4 years in office or someone else will face the Republican challenger in November. WJZ is live in Southeast Baltimore. Paul Gessler is at polling place after catching up with Scott and those trying to unseat him. Paul.
Yeah, Scott and his top challenger, Sheila Dixon, both projected confidence today when we caught up with them. About 1,600 people came here to the Southeast Anchor branch early in person to cast their ballots. Others, as we've seen here in the last few minutes, dropping off their mail-in ballots at drop boxes like this. Early voting numbers still lagging. Candidates hope their supporters show up on Tuesday. The rematch for Baltimore City Mayor enters crunch time as Brandon Scott seeks re-election and Sheila Dixon vies to return to City Hall.
I don't want to go in the past either. I'm moving forward.
The candidates make their election eve pitches to voters Monday.
And now we've seen a historic reduction in homicides. We led through the pandemic. We had our lowest unemployment ever.
In a Goucher poll taken in early April, 40% of likely voters said they'd re-elect Scott, compared to 32% saying they'd vote for Dixon. Attorney Thiru Vignaraja polled at 11%, but earlier this month endorsed Dixon, making a pitch Monday for his supporters to get behind the former mayor.
It has been striking to me to see the difference between Brandon Scott's hubris and Sheila Dixon's humility.
Businessman Bob Wallace polled fourth in that Goucher poll and says he hopes he can build on his support from 2020, where he got 20% of the vote as an independent candidate.
Ms. Dixon or Mr. Scott, do they deserve in your mind a second term? If you think they do, then you should vote for them.
The leading contenders had supporters on city council stump for them Monday.
Mayor Brandon Scott, everything he's doing is from his heart, and I can contest to that.
She has the demonstrable track record of reducing crime and making city agencies work for every single neighborhood.
With early voting numbers down, both Scott and Dixon are confident their supporters will hit the polls on Election Day.
But we think people are going to come out. We know that there are a lot of mail-in ballots that are going to be coming in, and tomorrow folks will come out to Election Day. We want folks to come out, exercise their right to vote, and do the right thing.
Yes, I want them to vote for me, of course, but they have to get out and vote, because that one vote can make the impact and the difference in an election.
Okay, so there are several ways to vote this primary election. One is already finished. The early in-person voting has already concluded, but then you can vote by mail so long as it's postmarked by 8 o'clock tomorrow night, or you can drop it off in an official ballot drop box like the one seen behind me. Then there's Election Day itself. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow across the state at your polling precincts. For now, reporting live along Eastern Avenue in Southeast Baltimore, I'm Paul Gessler for WJZ.
Paul, thank you. Well, WJZ has everything you need to know before you cast your ballot. Head to our Voters Decide section in the middle of the homepage on WJZ.com. You can stream our live coverage of the primary tomorrow night on CBS News Baltimore.